On this lovely Saturday, I want to talk to you about an author who I think definitely does not get enough love, at least in online spaces. Hiromi Kawakami is one of my favourite authors of all time, and frankly I feel like she's not getting enough love online. Look, she is well regarded, she is a prize winner, she is a international bestseller, fantastic author who is appreciated in literary circles. But online I'm not seeing enough love for her. I'll be honest, if 2 of my videos crack into like the top 10 videos on YouTube about Hiromi Kawakami, that is an issue. One, because these videos didn't get a lot of views, but they're already like some of the highest suggested videos. I need like bigger creators to be talking about her. I need more people just in general to be reading her books. That's why I made those 2 videos, because I genuinely believe she is like the antidote to many of the less good books that are promoted, or at least books from authors who are, suspect. The kind of books that you oftentimes see young men talking about and raving about that may have like not great messages in them. The first Kawakami book I picked up was when I worked in a bookstore. I got 50% off books and the cover appealed to me. It was Strange Weather in Tokyo, and I just picked it up based off the cover, and I read it and I was like, this book is so beautiful, it's so interesting. And then I was, I believe, 19 years old, young, impressionable, the kind of age that is susceptible to getting these very bad negative ideas that you pick up from reading certain authors, following certain people online. This book genuinely was one of the books that helped change the trajectory of my beliefs and how I operate as a person. Whenever I come across the odd video of people talking about Kawakami's books and I comment, you know what, when I was young I was really into Murakami, then I found Kawakami and I've upgraded. The joke often is, so you're into older men. Maybe.
She clearly has a thing for older men.
Who knows? But one of the themes of Kawakami's books is similar to something you'd find in Murakami, where it's kind of this, there's oftentimes an age difference in terms of love and attraction, but it's not done in a creepy way, sort of how I perceive Murakami. Obviously, I'm not going to take it away from Murakami. He is a very good author, just not for me. That's one of the things that I don't like. But the way the love and romance is described with Kawakami is in this less sexualized way. There is some sexual nature to it, but it's not as, in my opinion, like gross as. Perverse may not be the correct word, but I can't find another word. If I do, I'll put it here. As it is described by other authors, oftentimes male authors. Not just Murakami, just male authors in general. The way they perceive women particularly, Kawakami does it in such a better kind of light. This might be because she is a female author, but it might just be she is purely better at understanding that. So even these relationships that have very wide age gaps that appear in some of her novels, they're not weird, they don't feel creepy, and also oftentimes, or at least every time that I can recall, they're not with like teenage girls or like pubescent girls that you sometimes see in other authors. Murakami. What was that? What? Who did that? The other thing I really love about Kawakami's books is that they're not samey. They don't feel the exact same. There's a very broad range with the books. Some of them are more grounded, the likes of Strange Weather in Tokyo or the Nakano Thrift Shop, other ones that come to mind. But sometimes you get some of her other books that lean more into the absurd or the mythical, kind of like, I'm going to read it, Record of a Night Too Brief, which was a fever dream reading because I distinctly remember it because of the book. I was sat in a hospital because I had to take someone there. It was the hottest day maybe ever recorded in the UK, and I was sitting there reading this book and I'm like, this is making the heat even more intense because of what is going on in this book, but I loved it because of the way Kawakami wrote it. It is a book that is going to stick with me. Maybe it was the situation under which I read it, but I think that reading that book heightened that situation. That's how good I believe Kawakami's writing is. And again, it's a range. The 10 Loves of Mr. Nishino kind of incorporates those two different sides, the more grounded side and the more absurd side, together into a book, which I found really great. It wasn't my favourite of her writings, but I also thought it was amazing how she managed to combine the two. And the beautiful thing is, Kawakami is still writing, still putting out new books. A book called Dragon Palace came out last year, which I've yet to read. I'm probably going to try and read it before the end of this year. Maybe it'll be like my last read of the year because of how much I like Kawakami's writing. Hello, Editor Me here. Actually, Kawakami had a book drop this year too. The year of our Lord 2024. They dropped a book called The Third Love, so you know I'm going to be picking that up too to read maybe at the end of this year. 2 Kawakami books finish the year. Let's go, Morty! Season 7, Morty, let's go! Pickle it! You know what? Yeah, back to me. But the fact that she's been able to sustain that quality of writing throughout over basically 2 decades at least is really impressive to me. Like other authors who have been writing for decades as well, they oftentimes sustain how good they write too. So this is not a unique thing to Kawakami. I will not take that away from other writers. But just the way her books have been so diverse, but also so great and so consistent in their quality, I just genuinely love Kawakami's writing, and I just genuinely love their books. And here I'm going to list all of the Kawakami books I've read. I have not read all of them. I must embark on another journey of reading all of an author's books again, like I had to do for Murakami for that one video, which you can check out somewhere here. But they are so good, so impressive. Even the ones that I didn't like the most, or I liked all of them. The ones that I wasn't the most impressed with out of these, I still genuinely loved. I still genuinely walked away after reading those books being like, they've done it again. Kawakami has done it again. What? That's just how consistently good of an author I believe Kawakami is. Obviously, the writing will not be for everyone. Like I said before, someone like Murakami, who I loved at 18 years old, I no longer enjoy their books. Kawakami's books I liked at 19, I still like now that I'm in my late 20s. So for me, I believe Kawakami's writing is consistently good for my tastes. Again, you might not like them. You might be the opposite of me. You might have really loved Kawakami as a younger person and now their books don't appeal to you. That's fine. But if you've not read one, please check it out. Even if you do not enjoy the read, even if you pick up one and you're like, you know what, this isn't for me and I don't want to go and try out another one, but you know, if you go to your local library, you might be able to sample various of her books without paying, which is why you should always sign up for your library. You should, you know, if it's at least trying one and saying you don't like it, that's fine by me. Or if you've tried 2 and you liked one, you don't like the other, that's fine by me too. But I genuinely just think Kawakami needs to have more of a spotlight, at least in online spaces, because again, if 2 of my videos can come up as, you know, YouTube's top recommended when you look up Kawakami's name, that's not something I want to be seeing. I want to be seeing the biggest and brightest, the best creators talking about Kawakami's novels, because I genuinely am just so in love with them. I just genuinely get excited whenever I've got one on my shelf to read, which at the moment I don't, because I've not bought Dragon Palace yet. But I will, and when I do, you know I'm going to be making a video purely about that book to add to my Kawakami book video collection. But yeah, those are my recommendation to read Kawakami's books. All the books that I have read by her I'm going to list in the description down below, which links to bookshop.org. What is bookshop.org, they ask? they asked. Bookshop.org is a company that works with the local small book companies to give them a little bit more of a kickback from sales made on bookshop.org. Alternatively, you can go straight to your independent local bookstore and go help them out by buying from there. Or, even better in my opinion, like I mentioned earlier, go to your local library, pick up the Kawakami books, especially if you're someone who's like read a Kawakami book and wasn't the biggest fan and you don't want to spend £9-10 on another book. Go to your library, pick it up, a different one perhaps, and see if you like it. If not, guess what? You didn't pay, but you supported your local library. How cool is that? Libraries, they're so cool, guys. You should support them. But that has been me ranting and raving about Kawakami's books for, I'm hoping, over 8 minutes. If you know, you know. Remember to like, subscribe, share the video with a friend or family member. Check out my other socials, which are also in the description down below. Leave me a comment if you read a Kawakami book and you enjoyed it, or if you didn't enjoy it, let me know why. Or if there's one in particular that you want to read, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you read a great book today. Hey, Editor Me here again. YouTube wanted me to promote this to you, so go check out the memberships I've created for this channel. What is a membership, you ask? Well, a membership is kind of like, that thing called Patreon? Well, it's like that, but here right on YouTube. So, I've only got one tier, so for £2 a month, you get access to an additional video, and you get access to my videos early. Woohoo! You also get access to these really cool badges next to your name. That's pretty cool, very colourful. You also get custom emojis. Wow, incredible! So, if you want to and you can afford to, hey, check out a membership. You can go doing that by going here on a video, or if you're on your mobile phone, you can go here and find it. Or on your desktop, you can find it here. Wow, amazing. So, if you want to join a membership, that would be great. If you don't, you just watching the videos is fantastic enough. Thank you, and let's end this video.